games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
A pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scecina High School. It is the opening round of the City Alliance basketball tournament. There are 5 games going on tonight, including here at Scecina, where the Crusaders looking for their 4th win of the season. They've lost 8 of their last 9. They're hoping to advance to Thursday night. The winner of this game will take on Cathedral. Meanwhile, Bishop Chatard, losers of 6 of their last 7. They enter tonight's contest at 2-9 on the season. High school basketball being brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374, representing highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, they're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? They have the largest selection of great food made from scratch and very affordable. Highway Safety Services, over 60 years combined experience in traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day. Updated news coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Troy Dergowski with you tonight. Kevin Kuntz with us as well. And Coach, it is the opening round of the City Alliance tournament. As we mentioned, there are going to be 5 games played. And this one appears, at least on paper, a very evenly matched game between these two.
Yeah, these two teams are like looking into the mirror at each other, right? They both average about right around 50 points a game. You kind of mentioned there in the opening, Scecina's lost 5 in a row, Chatard's lost 3 in a row, and something's got to give tonight, and it's a big-time opportunity in the city tournament, so that adds even more emphasis to tonight's game. But both teams kind of looking to get some positive momentum in the second half of the season.
Well, this is a Scecina team, and I know you had a chance to converse with both coaches before tonight's game, and Coach Stanbro is trying to get things turned around here. As we mentioned, 3-9 on the year, losers of 8 of 9. They just can't quite seem to get over the hump.
Yeah, they just can't finish out games. I mean, we talked about their offensive average is 51, their defensive average is 52, so they're playing a lot of 1-2 possession games. And And the coach Stanborough mentioned, they get to the point right where they're right there knocking on the door. They should be able to put the game away, and they just somehow find a way not to get it done. And so that's kind of been frustrating for him and his guys, but they're hoping that they can find some ways to win this game tonight.
They've got a really good mixture of upperclassmen. They've got a few youngsters they're going to play tonight, put in some solid minutes. So it isn't like he doesn't have at least a little bit of leadership, and some of those youngsters can look up to those upperclassmen.
Yeah, Clifford Brown's averaging 11.2 points per game. He's a senior for them. And then they got Jalen Scott at 9.3 points per game. And then Adrian Hill is at 8.3 points per game. And then they got two kids who can really shoot it. The Hill kid's shooting at over 40% from three. And then Jacob Marshall's right at 38%. And that was something that the coach from Chatard mentioned, Coach Bowling mentioned, that's something he's really concerned about for Scecina tonight, their outside shooting.
When we come back, we'll talk about Bishop Chatard, the Trojans trying to get on the winning side of things. We'll talk about what they bring to the table in a couple of moments here on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Back here at Scecina, round one of the City Alliance tournament. Coach, we were talking about Bishop Chatard. It's a team we're very familiar with. We've seen them 2-3 times already this season. Much like Scecina, they just can't seem to win close games, and they just can't score a lot of points either.
Yeah, I mean, it's a theme for both teams, and Coach Bowling mentioned the same thing when he was talking to me. He's like, we put ourselves in position to win, and then we just make enough mistakes, and then they just kind of snowball. And his kids, he's got a young, inexperienced team, and they just have to learn from those mistakes and not allow it to snowball and get away from them. They're very similar. Their leading scorer, Cashmore's at 9 points per game, and they got Ari Salm at 7 points per game. So neither team has a real prolific scorer. They kind of are by-committee teams, but he's looking at the same kind of thing. He wants to see if his kids can come out and execute and play hard for 32 minutes.
They go to Muncie. They're leading there 37-30 at halftime, and then got blitzed in the second half.
Yeah, he said it's just been a constant theme for them. They get in those situations where he said they feared like they play scared. You know, they make a mistake, they play afraid to make a mistake, and then it turns into another mistake. And I've coached teams like that, and it's really hard to overcome it, especially if you continue to struggle. But he feels like his kids are working hard. They're sticking to the game plan. He thinks they're going to overcome that soon.
By the way, as you mentioned, only averaging 49.1 points per game, so we'll see how that transpires into tonight. This is, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, their fourth straight road game as well, so they got to find a way to win on the road.
They do. That's definitely – they got to find a way to win, period. When you've won 2 games, Troy, you're looking for any way to win.
When we come back, we will get the starting lineups and the tip-off round one of the City Alliance tournament right here on IndianaSRN. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Back here at Scecina, time for the starting lineups. Let's go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting five.
Here is 5 minutes for tonight's contest between the Chicago Trojans and your Scecina Crusaders. First is the visitors, the Chicago. The starters for the Trojans are a guard, junior number 2, Chris Hill. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Scecina Crusaders. Senior number 2, Clifford Pratt. Attention, number 4, James Boston. Senior number 5, James Scott. And fourth, number 23, Adrian Hill. And fourth, junior number 32, Lawrence Shell.
Here's starters for both teams. Coach talked about keys to this one. I think we kind of touched on a little bit of it in the pregame, but really bottom line is might be the first one to get to 50.
Yeah, well, for Indianapolis Chatard, they got to pressure Scecina's guards. They got to limit their turnovers. They're turning the ball over 16 times a game. That's too many. And then when they get open shots, they got to make them. That's been a big problem for them. They run good offense. They just have to score when they get the opportunity. And for Scecina, they can't have long scoring droughts. Their coach mentioned they've had times where they'll go on long droughts without being able to score, and that's really hurt them. They have to win the rebounding battle. He felt like they're the smaller team tonight, so that was massive for them to compete in that area. And then he also mentioned limiting turnovers for them was huge tonight.
By the way, Cash Moore not starting. This might be the first time we've had them this year. He has not started.
First time in 2 years that I've had him. He hasn't started, yeah.
Shell Haas will jump it up in the middle against McCormick. It'll be Scecina basketball. We are underway. Two teams trying to get on the winning side of things. They both have lost their last three. Scecina will work inside the kick out, and a three is on the way, in and out, and missed as Adrian Hill can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound and another possession.
That was really good offense. They trapped that high ball screen. That kid rolled and takes it out to the corner. That was really good offense for Scecina in that first possession.
Crusaders looking back down low. Schelhaas with a basketball. He'll spin with the left hand, got it to go.
Real nice patience there by Schelhaas. Took his time and got it to where he wanted to go on the court.
6'6" junior able to get the first points on the board. Going to be a battle down low as we see Connor Murphy right in front of us. The drive down the lane by Sam and the kick out. The three is on the way and missed by Tommen. The battle for the loose basketball. Bodies on the floor. Chatard will keep it. Hill driving and a reaching foul called against Cliff Brown. It'll be his first.
Really good hustle by both teams right there, Troy, on that loose ball. Great effort to start the game.
Want to remind you, tonight's broadcast, copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited, as the first free throw missed by Chris Hill.
Kind of what we talked about in the opening, right? They have to take advantage of scoring opportunities, Troy, and this is a big one. Free throws are big, man. For a team that averages less than 50 points a game, you got to have them.
And we have seen games this year where the Trojans have shot under 50%. 2 on your score. Crusaders on top. Good look out front as the Crusaders set it up in the half court. This will be Foster. Foster driving in with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Battle for the loose basketball. Crusaders will keep it. Hill will give it to Brown. He'll drive, and a foul call. Looks like they may get 24, Connor Murphy.
You can see early on the Chatards are getting out there, right? They're pressuring the ball hard.
So we will head to the free throw line. First time here for the senior Cliff Brown. Winner of this game will play at Cathedral on Thursday. That's a nice reward, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You win this, go to Cathedral. One more on the way in, good by Brown. And an early 4-1 lead. Entry pass will find Murphy. Off down to McCormick. His short jumper good from the left-hander. By the way, there are 2 freshmen on the floor right now for Scecina. Both are going to play some big minutes. This is Foster on the drive. Left hand, good.
You gotta love that. That's just big boy basketball right there. Got it right in his left hand, drove straight down the lane line, got it up on the backboard.
Under the 6-minute mark. And a traveling call, I do believe. They're going to get Tommen, first turnover of the night. And coming into the lineup now for the Trojans will be Alexander Lake. So Scecina will try to build on a 3-point lead. By Ian Collins, by the way, he's only at 5'10", but you think about Jalen Foster at 6'4", and only a freshman.
That's a good-looking freshman, I can tell you that.
And a travel the other way, first turnover by Scecina.
There's the old broadcasting curse. He got ahead of himself a little bit. It was so easy for him last time. He just got sped up a little bit. You know, he saw that opening. They've got to do a better job helping on him. They can't let him drive downhill like that all night. That's going to be a problem. That wing's got to come over and step over and stop the ball.
So now Bishop Chatard with a basketball. That's Tommen. We have a really good view where we are now. We're on the end of the court, just a little bit to the left of the basket if you're facing the basket. So we're going to hear a lot down here. McCormick, left-hand shot, no good. Long rebound, McCormick read it well. And we've got a traveling call on Chris Hill. That's number 2 now on the Trojans. You mentioned earlier about those turnovers, and I think you and I both agree that those turnovers, I just hate them, especially when they're really unforced. I don't mind so much of the hustle, but how many times do we see it where it's just completely like that?
I was getting ready to say, Exhibit A, Troy.
Boy, does that make us look smart right there, huh?
Look at the coach over there. You can see his reaction. I mean, those just drive you crazy because there's no reason for it. Like you said, they're unforced. It's just kids just turn and toss the ball. He didn't look for his target. You should always see a kid's numbers before you pass him the ball.
Yeah, a lot of times you think about that as Tommen drives, his shot is blocked as Brown the other way. Pair of twos going at each other. Brown drives in, missed it. A lot of contact by McCormick. They'll keep the basketball as Brown will control it. Here is the freshman, the kick out, as Foster passed it up this time. I was about ready to say a lot of times on offense, they just kind of throw it where they think their teammate's going to be.
That was definitely the case on that last possession for Scecina.
Step back Brown, no. Rebound in and out of the hands of Lake. Trojans, we've got a little bit of a scoring drought here as we're coming up on 4 minutes. The pass inside, turnover number 3. Back there the way we go. This is Foster off the glass too hard, and a foul call will send the freshman to the line.
That's just crazy on that last possession there by Bishop Chatard. They got the switch they wanted. The guard switched to the big, and the kid just made a bad pass. I mean, they got the look they wanted. Coach Bowling had to be pleased. He probably thought he had 2 easy points. Should have.
All right, Sam picks up the foul, and that will put Foster to the line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in the state of Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. Foster now with 3. We will see for the first time tonight Xavier Lloyd. Foster missed number 2, and we'll have a 4-point lead. So no Cashmore as of yet, unless he's out there. He is. He's now checked into the lineup. So both Moore and Lloyd in the game. So far, Scecina's defense is causing some issues. Ball came loose and into the hands of Alexander Lake, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Really good shot fake there by Lake to draw that contact. Get himself 2 free throws.
Foul's going to be called against 32 Shellhaus. So Moritz will pick up number 1, each team now with 2. Lake on the board for the first time tonight. Lake's second free throw is good. And it's down to a 2-point lead. Brown against Lloyd. This will be Collins. Collins, once he picks up his dribble, ball's going to go out of bounds, and good hustle there by Bishop Chatard. Looks like Alexander Lake able to knock that one away, and we will see Connor Murphy come back in. McCormick will sit down. Well, we're in right now. I would say we're probably right about where we should be, 7-5, right?
Yeah. Say we're right on track for what the averages have been so far this season.
Brown missed the left-handed floater. Coming away with it will be Lloyd. Lloyd on the baseline, and a traveling call before the pass. 4th on now the Trojans. Now Bishop Chatard will show a little pressure right here. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover, Scecina. Contact the Morales Group, 317-472-7600.
That's twice more sped up 15 and made him look uncomfortable handling the ball.
Probably the idea, right, being a freshman?
He doesn't look real comfortable out there with it, but that's probably because his heart rate's up. He's just got to settle down a little bit.
So now Bishop Chatard basketball, and guess who comes away with the steal? Collins, and stripped out of his hands. And they'll keep it as Brown will control the basketball. Here's a 3 deep in the corner. It is good. Adrian Hill. First 3 of the night.
And that's Hill. Like I said, he's over 40% from 3. You got to know where he's at all the time.
By the way, 5 turnovers now by Bishop Chatard here in the first quarter. Fans getting into it. Off the screen. The 3 is up and good. That's Sam with the basket. His first 3 of the night. And it's now 10-8.
That was a huge bucket in this quarter for Chatard. They were kind of losing momentum there a little bit. That was a big bucket.
Had the double team out front. The left-hand shot is missed by Collins. The offensive rebound put back, and that'll put Foster at the line. Foul's going to go against, I believe, R.A. Sam. That'll be his second.
You know, if you're going to foul a kid, put in a layup, make sure they don't get the ball to the basket. That's the number 1 rule. That's just a silly foul by Sam. He's already there. He's in front of you. He's in position. He's 4 inches taller than you. Just let him lay it in.
Everybody's a shot blocker, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they think they are. These days, anyway. That drives you nuts as a coach, too, try to get him to understand that.
Back the other way, and the miss by Cash Moore. That's his first shot. Rebounded by Shellhaus. And we'll head the other way with a 4-point lead. By the way, in the lineup is A.J. Priami now for Bishop Chatard. Cliff Brown outside the 3 line. Good look here, Jalen Foster. Foster definitely has a little more athleticism. And we've got a foul call down low, and I think they got 24 Connor Murphy. If it is, it's number 2 on him.
That's a big foul. That's the second one on Murphy.
You know, Murphy had that really good game when we had that Washington game, and then he ends up in the starting lineup. So he's really benefited from that first game that he got some playing time.
You remember my comment during that game, don't you? You asked me what he was trying to improve. I said he's trying to get off that JV team. He went from off the JV team to starting on the varsity.
Good shot there by Foster. Excellent first quarter with 7. The 3 on the way is good thanks to A.J. Priami. Now, we saw them shoot well against Washington, and that's their second 3 tonight.
We did. They just were the good luck charm for the Bishop Chatard.
Here's the drive by Hill, and another whistle, and they got Murphy for number 3.
That's a risk Coach Bowling was willing to take, I guess, and so are you sure that's 3? Because he's still not getting anybody up.
Oh, they're actually going to change it. They're going to. The board said number 1, but I thought it was actually, because that free throw is good by Hill.
He's coming out now, so either way, it's 2 or 3. I'm not sure which, but
Evan Tomlin will come back in. Well, they flashed number 1 on the board, so it may be Priami instead of Murphy, which is good news.
Absolutely.
So we'll say Priami gets his first. And another traveling call. Tomlin, that is now 6 turnovers, right?
That's 6 in the first quarter. I'm not a math major, but that adds up to more than 20 for the game if they keep it up at this pace, and they can't win that way. They've got to settle down. They're just shuffling their feet, just a little too quick. But that was an aggressive turnover, at least. He was trying to get into the paint and do something with it. Just got ahead of himself.
Yeah, talked about that earlier, and of course, that was when Scecina then just threw it out of bounds.
We'll see if they'll hold for 1 here.
9 seconds. Pass inside, intended there for the big fella. Shelhaas knocked out of bounds.
Probably run your best out of bounds play right here. You got 6 seconds left, so I'm assuming he's going to run something he really likes right here, try to get his best player a bucket.
Priami will guard the inbound. They'll lob it inside to Brown. A high screen by Shelhaas. Brown, the 3 blocked right there by Alexander Lake. We will head to the second. Crusaders lead it by 4.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family, come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
City Alliance Tournament brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374. Quarter number 2, it'll be Trojan basketball. They trail it by 4. Drive down the lane, reverse layup, no good by Priami. Offensive rebound, no good, put back by Lake as they fight for the basketball, and coming away with it will be Jacob Marshall, who's now checked in wearing number 33 for Scecina. Nice spin, the kick out, wide open, and Collins can't get it to go, rebounded by Lake.
You could see there that he wasn't real comfortable going to his right hand on that drive right there. Foster was all the way at the basket. He just goes with his right hand. He's got an easy bucket.
Yeah, he does.
He'll develop that, though. He's only a freshman.
Lob pass inside the Lake, and he got tied up. As coming over was Jacob Marshall. The jump ball will go over to the Crusaders. Leading the way tonight for the Trojans so far, Priami with 3. R.A. Sam with 3. And then Jalen Foster has 7 for the Crusaders. You know, you watch Scecina, and you think, and I know they played some pretty good teams. Here's a wide open 3 the other way. Good. It'll be Collins.
I'll tell you what, I like his stroke on the first 2. You can tell he can shoot it pretty well. I mean, he just maybe a little nervous first city tournament, but I felt the other 2 looked good too. So it was a matter of time that wide open. He may not be on their scouting report that deep either.
Yeah.
That's something that Coach Bowling may adjust on him because they're leaving him open. They're daring him to shoot right now.
I was going to say, and again, I haven't seen Scecina this year, but it's hard to believe they're only 3-9.
It's close games. They just can't close them. They're more than competitive.
How about that 3 by A.J. Priami? That's going to be his second.
That's the second big-time 3 he's hitting this first half.
Now, we remind you that when they start hitting 3s, they're pretty dangerous.
They are.
When they don't hit them is that they get in big trouble. 4-point lead, back the other way. Here's Caleb Davis for 3. Davis is checked in. He's a 6'2 junior for Scecina. As the Crusaders one and done. Hill on the drive down the lane. This will be Cash Moore. Moore up and under. Shot on the way good. Cash Moore's first 2.
That's his game, man, that mid-range game. That's where he likes to go to work.
Lead is down to 2. Under 6 minutes remaining before halftime. That is Collins, who just hit the 3 moments ago. Brown in the corner. A 3 by Marshall is good. Jacob Marshall, the 6'4 junior.
Bang that one in with confidence.
5-point lead now for the Crusaders. Priami gets the screen from Lake. Priami, the 3 off the front of the rim. And high for the rebound will be Cliff Brown. Another 3 by Marshall, and he hit that one. Timeout on the floor, Bishop Chatard. It'll be a 30-second timeout. I'll tell you what, how about Jacob Marshall?
Stepped right into that one, didn't he?
Wow.
And he trailed the ball right there, caught that thing at the top of the key, stepped right into it, and nailed it.
He didn't even think about it.
Well, he's the other guy we mentioned in the pregame, 38%. I mean, you can't let those guys get wide open shots like that.
He nailed that one. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion de Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company. Passion de Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Give them a call at 317-537-1811.
Now, Bishop Chatard's got to take that punch and punch back now. We got to see what they're made of right here. You know, they go on a 6-0 run right there. They're up 8, or down 8, excuse me, rather. So now they got to come back and put some possessions together.
That is Hill. Biggest lead of the ball game. Cash Moore for 3, and he hits it.
That's
what you can do, I can do as well.
Yeah, that's one way to start right there.
Cash Moore now with 5. Gets him back to within 5.
He's a kid that's played a lot of basketball for Chatard. He's been in a lot of games like this.
Another 3 by Collins. Missed it in the corner. Saving it as Foster throws it off the leg of Cash Moore, but I think he was out of bounds.
He was out of bounds, yeah. Good hustle, though.
Moore down there conversing with the Scecina student section, too.
Stay legal. Stay legal.
Yep. He never set his feet on that screen. That's easy.
Evan Tommen.
That's a turnover, too, for Chatard.
So Tommen picks up his first. We're going to see another change here for Scecina as Winton White, a 6'1 senior, will check in the lineup, and Ian Collins will sit down.
Got good minutes out of the freshman.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, once he plays a lot more varsity basketball, he'll be pretty good by the time he's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
And we have another traveling call, this time on Scecina.
Yeah, he switched his pivot foot. He got in there and set his pivot foot and then switched it.
You know who wanted the basketball was Marshall. I saw him.
I saw him flash too. And he was open again too.
Yes, he was. Still a 5-point lead coming up on 4 minutes remaining. Hill, the drive, the kick, Lake, jumper good. It's a 2-point bucket. Here's a 3 by Marshall again. That one almost went down. Rebounded by Cash Moore. Here come the Trojans. And a bump, and the foul called on Winton White.
Right back in it. One possession game. Give them credit. They bounce right back.
I don't think there's a shot that Jacob Marshall doesn't like, as long as it's beyond the 3-point line.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty deep, that one, and quick, too.
I'm not so sure I wouldn't have him in the starting lineup. Under 4 minutes remaining. The entry pass and the left-hand layup good by Tomlin, and he's fouled.
A chance to tie the game if this free throw goes in for Tomlin.
Well, you wondered how they'd react, and they reacted well.
7-0 run as of right now.
Jacob Marshall just picked up his second. Tomlin at the line, got the roll. Got another change as Shellhaus will come in and Marshall out. Full court press put together here by Chris Hill. You got a pair of twos going at it again. That's a pretty interesting battle. Foster's been quiet, has not scored in this second quarter. Tristan Brown with the basketball, who's now coming to the lineup for Scecina. Both teams have gone deep to their bench. Brown, pull-up jumper from 15 short. Coming away with it is Chris Hill, and the ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to say that Hill lost it. That'll be a turnover. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper have been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. Give them a call at 317-396-1023. Tied at 24. Good look there at Winton White. That defense has kind of picked up a little bit there for Bishop Chatard. That floater's no good by Brown. That being Tristan Brown. Here is Hill. Can't get it to go. The rebound ripped down by Foster.
Foster went up and got that one. Really strong rebound.
Cliff Brown with a left hand good.
He's been pretty quiet too so far, Troy. They need him to get it going a little bit in the full court.
That's actually his first basket of the night. I think they ought to, Keith and our good friends ought to say, you know what, there's a nice shot by A.J. Priami, and he's got 8 off the bench. That'll let us do all the games at courtside like this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a lot better experience, and you can get a lot better feel for what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
Plus, you can hear the kids and the coaches a little better, too.
Winton White gets cut off. The entry pass. Here's Shellhaus with the left hand. No. And the rebound and a foul. And I'll tell you right now, A.J. Priami's doing it at both ends.
He is. He's having a heck of a first half. He has come in and brought some serious energy off the bench and provided some scoring, which they desperately needed.
Winton White picks up number 2. That's the 4th team foul now on the Crusaders. So far, Bishop Chatard just 1.
Bishop Chatard has had moments in the season where they've made mistakes, and they've had moments where they haven't shot the ball real well, but they're always physical and they play hard.
Priami short on the shot. By the way, Mikey Lake is checked in, and a traveling call against Adrian Hill. I have Scecina for 5 turnovers.
And 3 for Cathedral, or 4.
I actually have, for Bishop Chatard, I have them for 8.
Chatard, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I always get those two.
You're thinking about Thursday night,
I am.
right?
I'm already ahead of the game.
The inbound almost stolen away by Cliff Brown. Sam is back in. That shot in the corner, good by Mikey Lake. Another 3 for the Trojans, and they take the lead.
That is a 11-0 run. No, 11-2 run. Excuse me, 11-2 run.
It's a 3-point lead, however you look at it. Ball stripped away, and another turnover. Number 6 now for the Crusaders. Good look at Lake, who just hit that big three moments ago. Entry, find Alexander Lake. He can't get it to go. Rebound, and there he is again. This time it'll be Evan Tommen able to get the offensive rebound. He'll go to the line for two. Tommen has rebounded well, and of course we just talked about Priami and his ability to shoot the basketball. Cliff Brown just picked up number 2. You know, if they keep shooting like this, Bishop Chatard may want us to come to all their games.
We might get
just
a free invitation. Yeah, just come sit in the stands. Don't have to even bring our headsets.
Yeah, might even give us popcorn.
Yeah.
Second free throw short, but coming away with it will be Sam. And a minute 15 to go. The drive down the lane and a turnover by Bishop Chatard. A little bit anxious that time was Xavier Lloyd. So still a 4-point lead. The press by the Trojans. Caleb Davis back in the lineup working the point for Scecina, and a little shaky across the timeline. Mikey Lake was giving him all kinds of issues.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to leave Brown over there very much tonight if they're going to be pressing like that. He's the one kid who's comfortable against that.
Trapped out front is Collins, who has checked back in. Shellhaus driving. 45 seconds remaining. Collins again with the left hand, no, and a foul called. And that's going to go against DeJuan Rudolph, who has checked in for Bishop Chatard, I believe. We'll wait and see if that's the call. If it's not, it'll be Chris Hill, and they may say Hill, and the board says Hill just picked up his second. And Collins at the line now has 4.
They just changed that to 22, Troy.
Okay.
That's the first one on 22, Rudolph.
So we'll take Hill one away and give that one to Rudolph, who we thought was originally the culprit. Second free throw is missed by Collins. 33 seconds to go. A lot of contact on the drive, and the shot missed deep in the corner as R.A. Sam can't get it to go, and then running the floor and throwing it away. Hill can't come up with it. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products. Dynamark, give them a call, 317-328-2555.
I was just going to say, there's no reason for that pass. You're in one possession game, 20 seconds left.
Turnover, back the other way, layup good by Davis. Finishes out a wild second quarter, and believe it or not, 30-29 at halftime, and a lot more points than we thought after a very slow start.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. Been a great half. A little slow there at the beginning. Like you said, we're kind of stuck at 7-5 there for a while, but man, that second quarter, those teams got hot.
Yeah, both teams shooting well in period number 2. We'll take a timeout. It's halftime. Crusaders lead at 30-29.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities for sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with three. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune into all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
High school basketball in Indiana SRN brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Give them a call if you'd like more information at 765-446-1502. What a second quarter. A combined 33 points between the two teams as Bishop Chatard outscored the Crusaders 19-14 after they'd fallen down by 8 as well. So Bishop Chatard answered the call, and now they had the lead going into this third quarter.
Yeah, it was a great second quarter. It was really, really action-packed. A lot of guys scoring baskets, a lot of up-and-down basketball. Both teams had some success. Scecina had that little bit of a drought, but then they finished the quarter strong to make it a one-point game.
Scoring in the first half, let's go with the Trojans. They were led by A.J. Priami with 8, 5 by Moore, Sam with 3, Hill finished with 1, Tommen with 4, Lake with 4, that being Alexander Lake. Zach McCormick with 2, and Mikey Lake finished with 3. I'd mentioned to you, Coach, during the halftime break that Bishop Chatard had 20 bench points, 20 of their 30, and they shot what?
They shot 50% from the three-point line, which is outstanding. That's way above what you'd expect as a coach. And 20 points off your bench, what a luxury for Coach Bolin and the Trojans.
I'm telling you right now, we will get that popcorn next time. So Jalen Foster led the way for the Crusaders with 7, 6 by Jacob Marshall, 4 points by Cliff Brown, 2 points by Caleb Davis. Adrian Hill had 4, Shellhaas had 2, Jacob Marshall, again with those 6 all off the bench, 2 3-pointers in the second, and Ian Collins, he had 4. And as our producer Ben said, this reminds you a lot of that game they had against Washington.
Absolutely, yeah, it was very, very similar. They couldn't miss that night.
Here we go, third quarter. The winner of this game will play at Cathedral Thursday. Other games tonight, Providence Cristo Rey is at Covenant Christian, Tinley at Purdue Poly, Tech is at Heritage Christian, Heron at Ritter, and Washington is at Crystal House. Later on, we'll run down that schedule for Thursday. We'll have the Saturday semifinals and the championship Monday from Indianapolis Tech High School. So it will be Trojan basketball. Scecina into a man now because they got a little bit of foul trouble too.
Yeah, they're out in the 2-3 zone. First time we've seen this look defensively.
McCormick at the top. McCormick had to sit a little bit as well. He and Murphy, the bigs there for Bishop Chatard, but it was Murphy who got the 3 fouls. Lob pass down low to Tommen.
And they're trapping out of it. They're being pretty aggressive.
That'll be a travel. That's the 11th turnover now on the Trojans.
And it worked, right?
Yeah.
Sped him up. He got just going just a little bit too quick. He knew that trap was coming and didn't get the ball down before he moved his feet.
Well, you mentioned earlier, Coach, one thing that the Trojans, again, the way they shoot, yes, but they got to cut down on those turnovers.
We mentioned that as one of the keys to the game.
Ball goes out of bounds as it'll stay here with Scecina. Crusaders need to get their offense going. Cliff Brown only had 1 field goal in the first half, and Jalen Foster had 7 points in the first quarter, did not score in the second.
Yeah, they made an adjustment on him in that second quarter, took that straight line drive away, and he struggled.
Hill will find Collins. Collins, the drive, got hit, basket good, and I'll tell you what, Evan Tomlin took a shot right in the mouth. Not only to get the foul, he got hurt as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they got 2 nice-looking freshman ball players in Collins and Foster.
So Collins will go to the line. He's 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Collins now with 6 points, make it 7. Yeah, that'd be 2 nice players to build on for the next 3 years, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yep. And just like that, the Crusaders are back ahead, Troy, 32-30. Yeah, 2 nice freshmen definitely to build upon for Coach Stanborough.
Murphy down low, and a jump ball as Evan Tomlin goes to the floor. He got hit down here, and this time they're going to call a jump ball at the other end. It'll be Scecina basketball.
And as in my book, that's another turnover, right? Because you got nothing out of that possession, and they got the ball. So
yeah,
I mean, it isn't. I may not go in the books as a turnover as such, but as a coach, you consider that a turnover.
Yeah, you lose the possession. I always consider it a turnover. And speaking of turnovers, we'll turn it over the other way. What do you say to a player like Collins when, again, I know he's got 12 games under his belt as we have traveled the other way, but still you got to remember they're freshmen too.
You do. It's a balancing act, but that right there was he just got ahead of himself. He drove that last time, got the and one, probably a little excited, right?
Yeah.
Wanted to go try to make another play and just got sped up.
By the way, coming out will be Tomlin. I think he might be bleeding, so they're going to check him out.
They're going to send him to the trainer down here on our end, Troy.
Now, he had to have been bleeding on the way down, too, so.
I think the ref just now saw it that last possession.
And Tomlin wasn't going to tell him, right?
No, he was not. That's tough kids try to stay in the game if they can.
Yep. No matter how much blood you might swallow, right? Entry pass to Shell Haas. They'll reverse it. Collins for 3, no. And coming away with it, Scecina, and a foul called on McCormick as Cliff Brown able to get the offensive rebound.
And I think that was a clean block. He just hit him on the body. I mean, he went up and got the ball. He got the ball, high-pointed it and blocked it. He just hit too much body.
So McCormick will pick up his first.
Scecina's got another kid over here cramping 32, Shellhaus.
Yeah, he just had made that nice pass. I don't know, the way they're looking at his ankle, aren't they?
Yep. I stand corrected. Looks like an ankle.
He had made that nice pass. It got Cliff Brown the basketball deep in the corner. Brown now 3 of 3 from the line. And a 3-point lead. Bishop Chatard has gone over 2 minutes now here in this third quarter, and they have not scored. And they're fresh off a 19-point second quarter.
The trainer just got busy all of a sudden, Troy. She's been sitting down there watching the game all night. 2 possessions, 2 kids get hurt.
Now, which one do you take first, right?
Yeah. I'd rather take a pop in the mouth than a turned ankle. I can guarantee you that.
That's true. Here is Hill on the drive. Reverse layup, good. Great shot there by Chris Hill.
What a move by Hill to get his shoulders square to the basket and put that thing in.
34-32 your score. Crusaders basketball once again. The drive off the glass and good. Cliff Brown.
You got to shut him down. You let him go straight line to the basket. It's just back-to-back great drives by the point guards.
Back to a 4-point lead. Back in the ball game, Cash Moore. Hill was cutting to the baseline on a little back door. Hill missed him. Moore will pull up and hit that one. Cash Moore now with 7.
Talked about in the first half, that's his game, right? That little mid-range jumper.
Now 22 bench points for Bishop Chatard. Lead back to 2. That is Brown, gets the high screen. He was waiting for the roll, but nothing was there. Turnover and the steal and layup good by Cash Moore. And we've got a timeout on the floor. It'll be a full timeout Oh, it's going to be a 30 instead, so we're going to stay here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Want to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we don't play.
Bishop Chatard's doubling that high ball screen with Brown. They're not letting him get downhill. He's going to have to do it in space. Every time they've ran that, they've doubled him. They're not going to let him do anything with it. And that time, he didn't find his man. He just turned and slung the ball. And Coach was talking to him there at the timeout. Make sure you find your target before you swing the ball.
You know, I watched Shellhaus that time, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Players nowadays, we always taught you screen and roll with the ball. That way I can see the ball coming. But now players screen and they turn their back. Why is that?
That's not the proper way to turn. You're correct.
Why we
turn the wrong
so
way? Because kids just turn the wrong way. Right? They don't always do what you teach them. That's the problem.
I'd always think I'd get hit in the back of the head by the ball, right? We'll see how many more times you see a little cross at the top.
Yeah.
If it happens again, I'm going to point it out. Nice drive, layup good by Jalen Foster, first two of the second half.
I think if I'm Coach Stamber, I'd just stay away from that screen and roll. I'd run that X action or do some handoff stuff because they're just going to keep trapping. They're not going to let them run it, and they need space to score.
Yeah.
They're a downhill team, so.
Hill gets bumped on the way up, and looks like they may get Adrian Hill for the foul. We will see Alexander Lake check in. He played well for the Trojans in the first half, and here is Chris Hill at the line. 1 for 2 tonight. Again, the winner of this game goes to Cathedral. The winner of the Providence Cristo Rey game goes up against the Tinley Purdue Poly winner. Hill now with 4 points. Tech will play, or Heritage Christian will be at Attucks on Thursday, and then the Washington and Crystal House winner will play the winner of Ritter and Heritage Christian on Thursday.
Looks like Shell House is done for the night. He's got that thing iced up pretty good.
So that'll be a big loss.
Mm-hmm. He's one of their big kids they have that battle these bigs from Chatard.
How about that strong drive? Basket good, Cliff Brown.
And is he fast downhill.
I like his game.
Mm-hmm.
Back the other way, McCormick will find Cashmore for 3. Nothing but net at the top of the key. Cashmore 7 in the quarter. They just keep putting points on the board from that bench. Nice pass inside. The block by McCormick. Nope, going to take that back. It's going to be Alexander Lake. Moore. His shot's going to get blocked by Collins. And then a foul call as they're going to get Cash Moore. Xavier Lloyd will come in. Cash Moore will get a break.
He's just got to know better than that. He didn't run any offense. He just took the ball, tried to go in there and score on a bigger guy. That's why his coach is talking to him.
Ball's knocked out of bounds by Chris Hill. I may have wrongly identified that block shot at the other end. That may have been Jalen Foster, number 4. Who ended up getting that blocked shot. But Bishop Chatard leads it by 1. And another pass almost stolen away there by A.J. Priami.
He's not very big in stature, but, man, he will guard.
Well, the 233s going at it is Jacob Marshall and Zach McCormick both get warned.
That's a veteran referee. He's letting him know before he pops them. They do it again, he'll pop them.
You had your chance, right?
Yeah, he warned them. It's all you can ask for as a coach. You know, you got 2 kids down there wrestling around. It's all you can do. Turnover.
Back the other way, and a foul call on number 12, Xavier Lloyd. Will go to the free throw line. Boy, each team, the turnover there just didn't take care of the ball.
No. Collins there had a right-handed layup. Him and Foster, those 2 left-handed freshmen, they got to get this. They got to get some confidence in that right hand. He tried to make a windmill and one. All he had to do was just lay it in.
Yeah, they don't like that opposite hand very much.
They're young kids, though. That's part of it. I mean, he took that from degree of difficulty of 2 to 8.
Just take it easy on yourself there. Work smarter, not harder.
That's right.
Collins' second free throw, missed them both. Somebody lost a shoe. That's going to be Marshall. And Marshall just gets rid of the shoe, and he's going to play with one. Bishop Chatard. Now you got to go after Marshall. He's down a shoe.
He's guarding the post at least, so
that's right.
That makes it a little easier.
You better hope he didn't get out on the fast break, huh? How about that block down low by Foster, and the lead pass for Collins out of bounds.
I forgot my shoes one time when I was in middle school and had to practice the whole practice with my socks. That's back before cell phones, Troy. You couldn't call anybody.
And the coach wasn't going to let you go to the office, was he?
Nope. No lost and found. Just get out there and run around in your socks.
Yep. That's what you get for being a bonehead that day, huh?
Absolutely.
Hill on the drive. Here is Priami. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in the third. That is Priami once again, 8 in the first half. The screen by Lake. The drive by Lloyd. Can't get it to go, and we'll head the other way under 2 minutes.
Too many no-pass shots last couple times for Bishop Chatard.
Going to call that foul on the floor. Looks like they got number 12, which is Xavier Lloyd, picked up number 2, and that'll put Cliff Brown, who's had a solid third quarter, back to the free throw line. He is perfect tonight until that one. Should I have waited? No.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say? You're trying to give the kid credit for being a good free throw shooter, right?
You know, Keith always blames the play-by-play guy for that stuff. You know. Second free throw is good. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call at 317-894-7000. Tied at 41. First night of the City Alliance basketball tournament, and we have a good one here. Back in the ball game as well, Mikey Lake. The drive, nice pass down low, give the assist to Priami. Alexander Lake now has 6.
Much better possession there. They ran their offense, got the ball inside the post player and scored. Last 2 possessions before that were just guys going one-on-one. That's not what Coach Bowling wants.
Coming up on a minute to go. Here's Cliff Brown once again, guarded there by Mikey Lake. Foster looking for the roll here by Marshall. In the corner, the 3 is no good by Collins. Offensive rebound, Cliff Brown. Brown back inside. Foster turns and scores.
What a pass by Brown. That was unbelievable.
Tied at 43. And that one is nearly stolen away by Marshall. In the corner, the 3 is up and good, and a potential 4-point play as Ari Sam goes to the line, and this is very rare when you see this.
Yeah, now Marshall's coming to the sideline hurt, holding his ear, side of his head.
Foul's going to go against, they say, Winton White, his 3rd. And this could give Bishop Chatard now a 4-point lead with 28.1 seconds remaining.
I didn't see Marshall go down. I mean, may have been like head-to-head or something when they battling for the boards in there.
Ari now with 7. See if this will be the final possession here for the Crusaders. That is White. Collins beyond the 3-point line. Collins, the crossover, drive in the lane, fade away up, no good. Rebounded by Alexander Lake. Still a chance here for Bishop Chatard. They had a man open. Here's Priami at the buzzer, no good. We head to the 4th. Trojans lead it by 4.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school basketball brought to you tonight by Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about serving you, try Aspen Creek Grill. For more information, give them a call, 866-885-3249. All right, what do you expect out of the fourth, much like what we've seen so far?
I think so far, just trading buckets to see which team can make those plays like we talked about in the pregame, which team can hold it together and make the right plays down the stretch to help their team win. Something both teams have struggled with so far this season.
Trojans had actually scored 17 in the quarter. It took them a while to get that first, but once they got rolling, Cashmore had 7 in the quarter. The lob pass, they'll go big inside, and missing it is Alexander Lake, and he had that one roll in and out on him.
Still good high-low offense. If you're Coach Bowling, you'll take that possession.
So now Crusaders basketball. Cliff Brown had an excellent third quarter. See if they can get Jalen Foster. He has 11, 4 in that quarter. That is Cliff Brown. The kick out. Here's Caleb Davis for 3. Missed it. Battle for the loose basketball, and it'll be Bishop Chatard ball. Here we go the other way. That's going to be Mikey Lake. Down the lane, basket good. How about Mikey Lake, huh?
That was a really nice take right there. He's been huge off the bench for him. Scecina needs a bucket here bad, Troy.
Lead is at 6. Brown, pull-up shot good. He heard you.
That's when your best player has to make a play for you, and he did.
13 now by Brown. Lead back to 4. And near steal. Trojans will keep it. They go down low. They'll go big again to Alexander Lake. He now has 8. Right now, Mikey and Alexander Lake doing the job.
Yeah, Shellhouse sitting over there on the bench is not helping them any with those big guys inside. They have got to quit bringing that extra defender to Brown. They're going to trap him every time.
Brown's going to get bodied that time by Alexander Lake. That is his first. Don't forget, after the game tonight, we'll have the Morales Group post-game show, and Coach will be naming the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. Here's Brown. Bodied up against Priami, still able to get it in.
They need to put some stops together here to get back into this game, cut this lead.
Made it under the 6-minute mark.
If you're Chatard, you just keep running your offense. They've been getting good looks out of it.
Off the screen. Mikey Lake, they'll kick it out. Once again, setting it up will be Priami. Good battle there between Priami and Cliff Brown. Brown able to knock it out of his hands. By the way, have a big college basketball game tomorrow. The lead for the conference in the Heartland. It'll be Franklin at Anderson. We'll have it as a loose ball turnover. 15 now, and the layup at the other end by Davis.
Great defensive play by Foster right there. Then he got on the floor and got it to his teammate for an easy bucket.
5 turnovers in the second half now by the Trojans. Priami on the drive, throws it up, and he will get fouled. Not a whole lot of room to go down there on the baseline, and he's going to be okay, but again, a very short baseline to the wall for sure.
And there's pad there, but there's concrete behind it.
That's right.
Not so sure how much that's going to absorb when you're going in there that hard. Looks like Marshall's okay. He's going to check back in, Troy.
So that's good news there for Jacob Marshall and the Crusaders. The 4th foul on Winton White. We'll have new changes for both teams here in just a couple of moments as we're at 5:01 to go in the 4th. I'm going to see Murphy come back in. He missed there by Priami. Marshall hit those 2 big threes in the second. They'd love to get him going again. Who's a little shaken up is Alexander Lake, and he's getting checked out. Second free throw good. You know, players don't wear the high tops like we used to.
Nope. Or ankle brace.
Nope.
I mean, it's all just low tops, and now Priami's down there and limping around too.
Get the high tops, guys. Did he make them anymore?
I think mid's about as high as high as you can get anymore.
We'll bring him back. 52-49. Brown. Pull up shot on the baseline, just missed it. Rebound. Sam will head the other way. Stop, pop, three-pointer, short. Rebound inside. Murphy, put back, no. And pulling away on the rebound is Ian Collins.
Well, Scecina got lucky on that defensive possession. No one was guarding Sam that whole possession. There's that trap again.
Yep, Brown gets away from it. Skip pass to Collins. Collins drives, makes it. He had a man open the corner, but a great shot by Collins.
Great drive and finish. Got a 1-point game, Troy, with 4 to go.
Collins now with 9. Trojan basketball. Lost out of bounds and another turnover. That's 16 now for the Trojans.
It's right at their season average. We still got 4 minutes to go.
And that's another one of those turnovers where you talked about it earlier. Play a little bit faster than you should be.
Not running offense, just trying to go one-on-one again. I mean, when they stay away from that, they're decent offensive. They can do some things. It's just so often they just want to play one-on-one.
This is Cliff Brown. Saw the double team coming, bounced in the corner, intended there for his teammate Marshall, but that'll be their 12th turnover. Well, that's a tough pass from there to there, isn't it?
He went to go try to score, and when it wasn't there, he just tried to force that pass. They're just kicking it back out.
We're under 3:45.
Those are the kind of possessions that keep you from winning close games.
Yep. Three-pointer short by Mikey Lake. And picked up by the freshman Collins. Now you can see why they've lost some close games, right?
Some of those shaky possessions like that.
Timeout called by the Crusaders. We'll take a timeout as well. It's a 1-point lead.
I mean it.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer or need more information, call 317-686-6239. You know, one other thing, a well-officiated game tonight, too, I think, overall.
Been very, very well officiated. They're running a set here.
Here's Brown.
Yeah, that's a much better way to get him the ball right there. Little handoff action like we talked about. They're just not going to let him run that high screen and roll. And that's good coaching by Coach Bowling. I wouldn't let him run it either. He's too hard to guard in space like that.
Foul's going to go against Alexander Lake. That is his second, and Cliff Brown has been solid from the line tonight. He's only missed once. I like this young man right here, Cliff Brown, and the senior. Somebody ought to take a chance on him at the next level, right?
I would think, absolutely. Handles the ball really well. Gets to the basket. He's a little undersized, but that's all right.
Yeah, the Division III level, NAIA, somewhere in there maybe. But now the Crusaders lead it by 1. The winner plays Cathedral at Cathedral Thursday. Back in the ball game is Chris Hill for the Trojans. Deep in the corner. Hill driving inside, got it knocked away, but a foul call. They may get Jalen Foster.
Yep, that's who it was.
I only have Foster for 1.
Yeah, that's what the board has, Troy. Wow, that's pretty impressive for a post player. He's played almost the entire game to only have 1 foul.
No kidding.
It's not like he hadn't been aggressive.
Yeah. Boy, and a big miss there by Chris Hill. They've missed 4 from the line tonight, which is a lot better than a lot of their games they've had. And he missed them both.
Another example of having a hard time closing out games. Missed free throws.
High screen there by Marshall. Hill is going to get grabbed by Alexander Lake. That's his 3rd. That is the 3rd team foul now on the Trojans.
Lake just can't keep Brown in front of him that far from the basket out there.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask, isn't it?
They've had success with that trapping, but not with that big of a kid.
That's going to go out of bounds. I thought that was off the leg of Cliff Brown. So the Crusaders catch a break. A little shove there by Chris Hill.
They get the break back, right?
That's right. This is Brown. Brown goes by one defender, gets bumped, misses the layup, rebound battled for, and coming away with it, Cash Moore. Back the other way we go, and the pass is behind Lake, and a turnover by the Trojans. 17 now, 7 in the second half. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Crusaders lead it by 1.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. Give them a call, 765-446-1502. All right, strategy time. You're up by 1. Trojans are going to press here.
They had some success with that at the end of the first half, that full court press. Now, Brown wasn't in the game at that time.
Of course, each team has fouls to give. Only 2 for Bishop Chatard before we shoot 2. That is Foster. They're going to spread the floor a little bit here.
A little 4 corners action right here. Dean Smith would be proud.
Nice pass inside, and missing the shot is Collins, and he knew it. They should have got that one. Foul's going to be called on Alexander Lake.
That was another example of what we talked about not trusting that right hand. He contorted himself like a ballerina to try to get it to his left hand. He's got a good stroke. That's just something he's got to put time in the gym.
Some players will do anything not to shoot opposite,
I know,
right?
I coached a bunch of them. I get it. But he's too good a player to do that.
Did you tell him that's why they were given 2 hands to use them? Yeah. Second one by Collins will give him a 3-point lead.
2 minutes to go. It's winning time now. We talked about it all game. We'll see who can come up and make the right plays to finish the job.
Lob pass inside. They went big, and Lake missed it. Laid it up pretty quick if he maybe had established himself and could have gotten himself 2 points right there, but now they're down by 3.
Back to the 4 corners look.
In the corner, here's a 3 by Marshall. No, tipped in the air, coming away with it, Alexander Lake. Had a pretty good look. The drive by Cash Moore, nearly lost it. Here's Chris Hill, back to Moore for 3, good. Minute 15 remaining. We're tied at 55.
Heck of a shot there by Cash, huh?
Ran good offense. They kicked it out to him, and he stuck it.
15 now by Moore off the bench. Foster. Under a minute remaining. Foster picks up his dribble and a dangerous pass outside to Cliff Brown. Watch the hands there. Brown spins back once again to Foster. This is the freshman Collins. Collins driving, left hand short. Rebounded Tommen.
Got a great look. I mean, he got an absolutely great look.
Timeout. Bishop Chatard, we're tied at 55.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
After tonight, again, the winner will play Thursday at Cathedral. The next regular season game for Bishop Chatard, they'll play at Covenant Christian January the 29th. Guess who Scecina gets next in their regular season game? Garin Catholic at Garin on January 28th.
That'll be a tough one.
So if they win tonight, they get Cathedral, and then if they advance, of course, but then you're eventually going to get Garin too.
These young freshmen are going to get to grow up real quick.
Aren't they? All right, what do you draw up here?
I think if I was them, they'll be patient, run their offense. They'll probably look to get something for Moore off of a down screen, or then maybe something of that high-low action they got earlier in the game.
There's Moore. Hands off now to Hill. 23 seconds to go.
They don't need to get crazy. Be patient. You got all kinds of time.
Tommen back to Moore. Kriami. It'll be Hill. Moore. Thought about the three. The step back has it blocked in the air, and it'll be Scecina basketball. They'll have to hurry. 5 seconds remaining.
He's not going to pass it.
Here is Cliff Brown. Brown, the shot in the way. Good! At the buzzer! The senior. And Scecina advances to the next round at Cathedral on Thursday. We'll take another look at it right here. You said it yourself. He wasn't going to pass it.
He wasn't. And if you're the coach in that situation, you don't want him to pass it. That's the guy you want taking that shot, and he delivered.
So we're going to be doing, do we want to go ahead and just do our post-game show, or do you need to take a break? What would you like to do? We'll take a timeout. We'll come back in a couple of moments. We'll have the Morales Group post-game show next on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Get a Gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tonight's post-game show brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Whether you're looking to start a new career or grow your team with exceptional talent like us, Morales Group is here to help you succeed. Great game for an opening round contest. I know two teams that have been just struggling, as we well documented, just winning close games, but you couldn't have asked for anything better tonight. Both teams had a chance to win this thing.
They did, but you look at those last two possessions from Chatard, they get the missed, or two of the last several possessions. They get the missed layup, and then they get the block there on that three at the end. So just tough, empty possessions there at the end, and then the Scecina kid comes down, he sticks it to win the game. But no, both teams had a lot of opportunities. Both teams played really well. Both teams got a lot of quality tape, good stuff they can look at moving forward.
Cash Moore led the way for the Trojans with 15, and on the other side, Cliff Brown 19, Jalen Foster 11, and Ian Collins with 11 as well. But it's time to name the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. From warehousing to transportation, Piper Logistics delivers solutions that keep you on the move with efficiency and reliability. Piper Logistics gets the job done. And the Piper Logistics Player of the Game, this ought to be pretty obvious,
it's
right?
Pretty obvious. The senior guard, Cliff Brown, he had 19 points, and then the game winner there at the end. Man, what a great game from him. Every time they needed a big bucket, he provided it.
15 points in the second half. He only missed one free throw tonight as well, and you talked about it earlier. A lot of little things you do, like free throws, are going to make a difference in close games. So we want to congratulate Cliff Brown, the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. Now, we are going to be back here in the City Alliance tournament coming up on Saturday. We'll have the semifinals from Tech High School at 6 and 7:30. The championship game will be on Monday. That'll be at 7:30, all three games here on Indiana SRN. I want to remind you that we want to have a big audience for that game tomorrow. The HCAC, two top teams in the conference. In men's basketball tomorrow night from Anderson, it'll be Franklin and Anderson for the lead in the conference and pretty much put you in the driver's seat in the HCAC. So tonight's upcoming schedule has been brought to you by Aspen Creek Grill. Great food, great atmosphere, great times. Visit AspenCreekGrill.com for locations and menus as well, and check out IndianaSRN.org for our schedule. For the entire crew, great job as always. Thank you for being with us. The Crusaders advance. They win it tonight, 57-55.